What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Mike, and I'm out here today riding in Garland, Texas with my man Jonathan right here, and we're gonna talk about some electric unicycles today. Of course, that's what I ride. I have a Kingsong 18S, and he has
I have a Nikola AR Plus, so it's sleek, sexy, and pretty much on steroids for a 16-inch wheel. So what is the Nikola AR Plus? It's a collaboration between Alien Rides and the Goat or Gotway, whatever you want to call them. Now, if you aren't familiar with Alien Rides, they sell various PEVs such as electric scooters, unicycles, go-karts, and a slew of accessories. Essentially, 100-volt, 2,700 watt-hour battery, and it's all in a 16-inch wheel. So let me repeat those for those in the back. A 100-volt, 2,700 watt-hour battery in a 16-inch wheel. Not an 18-inch wheel, but a 16-inch wheel. So it's like Alien Rides said, the Nikola is a pretty sweet 16-inch wheel. Let's give it a pair of balls and pay homage to the racers of the late 90s and early 2000s. And the Good was essentially like, hold my beer. So essentially, why did I end up choosing this wheel instead of sipping on the Shermanade or similar? Mainly because of the weight and wheel size. So I'm more of the heavier rider, 220 pounds, so I call myself a fat kid. This is about 65 pounds, but hey, it could be worse. It could be a bit, like a 75-pound wheel. So even though the AR Plus is a thick girl at a 16-inch wheel, it's still fairly nimble. The tire is 3 inches wide, so it glides over your bumps pretty easily. Overcoming the weight and width was a small challenge because I came actually from a Tesla V2. The AR is noticeably a heavier wheel, weighing 23 pounds more than the Tesla V2. While it doesn't seem like much, it's important to remember that each wheel has its own characteristics, and of course those characteristics create the overall riding experience. What I mean by all this is that it's like relearning how to ride. Foot position, side pads, and weight all play a role in your experience. Now, when I initially got on the Nikola, I was used to a side-by-side stance with my feet evenly spread apart. This same stance appeared to induce wobbles above 23 miles per hour on the AR Plus. Now, one thing a rider can do to decrease wobbles is decrease tire pressure and change the rider stance. So by decreasing the tire pressure to 34 psi from 40 psi and moving my left foot forward a little bit helped greatly to reduce the wobbles. It made the wobbles disappear. So cruising at 30 miles plus was now smooth as butter. But what about braking? Now with a heavier wheel, it means more weight is having to be stopped. So in simplest terms, this means that hard braking can induce wobbles as well. Now the AR Plus is no exception to this rule and is only exuberated when hard braking is applied. Now to combat these other issues, I learned fairly quickly that I needed to squeeze the wheel as I am braking. So who is this wheel exactly for, and is it even still relevant today? This wheel is for the experienced rider who is ready for an upgrade, someone who enjoys speed but also wants the range in a smaller package. What wheel does the AR Plus even compete with in its class? None, really. It dominates the 16-inch wheel class. Its closest competitor in the wheel size is the Kingsong 16X, which has less power, speed, and range. So why settle for a Kingsong when you can get a wheel where its balls have already dropped? Now the other competitor that actually just came out was going to be the V12, so that's probably more closely aligned with kind of its competitor. Now if you watched Mickey's review or any other reviews on the V12, you'll notice it kind of gets a hard time getting up to that 42, 43. InMotion does a fantastic job of making one of the safest wheels on the market due to their not allowing you to get up to speed, the top speed, without it having severe tilt back. Now, if you're looking for an old man's EUC with a larger size wheel and suspension to help with your grandpa knees, then this wheel is definitely not for you. But if you are looking for something nimble and want to feel connected to the road like a sports car, then this wheel is just right for you.
So first of all, the seat that you have on this, did that come with it?
No, so there's actually no seat designed for the Nikola. You have to kind of custom make your own. So this is actually a seat off of a 16X, and then from there you just kind of cut off away the inside guts of it, and then you just slap some Velcro on there, and then put some Velcro on your handle as well here, and that's the way it's going to stick. Now if you get a close up here, you can see what happens with this material that Kingsong uses. It's not good for Velcro. Like, the Velcro will only stick for so long. So I had to use some liquid nails and things of that sort to get it to stay on, because what happened originally is when I had it on there, it was fine for a few miles, and then the stickiness of the Velcro started coming off, so it didn't stay anymore. So that solved that problem. So if anybody else there has that same problem, liquid nails, it'll solve your problem.
Nice. What about the pads that you have on these?
So these are Clark pads. These are actually probably a little too small for this wheel, but these are Clark pads off of my Tesla V2. So I use these and they work great. I don't really jump this wheel. I might jump off a curb, but I don't jump wheels. I like these more for the padding, for so I can torque it when I need to. And then these are from One Wheel Parts. This is the foam pad grip tape here that One Wheel Parts makes. So it makes for a very extremely comfortable ride. Foot fatigue definitely is still there when you're riding for a long period of time, but with those you can go quite a few more miles before you start getting your normal foot fatigue. So I highly recommend this foam pad sticky grip tape. That definitely helps for comfort and keeps you locked in. I had the spike pedals from Free Motion, and any kind of dust or water, my foot started slipping, so that's why I opted to go back to the stock pedals and put those that foam pad grip tape on.
Nice. So how much did this ride cost you?
So this one is 2,500 bucks. Comparatively speaking to the wheels on the market, because all the wheels now are almost feels like they're going $3,000 or more. With your Begode Hero at I think it's 4,200. Your Kingsong S20 is like 31 or 3,200. To me, I'm not gonna pay over $3,000 for a wheel. So this is kind of a compromise to get the speed, the range you want. So top speed on this prior to cutout is like 43 miles an hour, but 41 you could ride comfortably. You're probably not gonna hold it just because it's a smaller wheel, and so when you get up to that speed on a smaller wheel, it can get a little sketchy sometimes, be a little scary. But yeah.
Awesome. So we know the top speed, we know how much it costs, we know all the good stuff about it. So what are the cons? What are the things that you would advise them to upgrade or change on this?
So the cons would be the stock pedals. So like I said, I use the Free Motion pedals, and those didn't work out. I would definitely get some. I would highly suggest getting the One Wheel Parts grip tape, foam pad grip tape. It locks you in. It just makes it very comfortable over what the stock one has. The stock pedals with the stock grip tape. As far as other cons, I'm mostly just trying to relearn how to ride, because I have to offset my feet. So that was kind of a challenge in itself, because Nikolas are known for speed wobbles because of the smaller size wheel and the speed capability it's able to do. So I had to relearn how to ride. It was almost like day one of riding, because you get up to like 20 miles per hour in the normal even side stance and you get wobbles real bad. So to combat that, I learned, one, you got to grip the wheel and braking to stop the speed wobbles, and you make your feet uneven as far as left foot forward for me, right foot a little back, with the heel on the back part of the right pedal. But other cons than that, I'd say probably the trolley handle. I'm not really a fan of the trolley handle. I've got it Velcro down. Most Nikola owners most Nikola owners do that.
You got a mosquito on your leg right there. Right here.
Most of the most of the Nikola owners will Velcro the trolley handle down. This trolley handle is very flimsy if it's not Velcro down, so in the event that you wreck it, that trolley handle is going to come flying off. So you've probably maybe seen some YouTube reviewer or YouTube creators and things of that sort that have Nikola, and that will be one of the main things they talk about, and I agree 100%. Other than that, probably the weight of the wheel if you're not used to it, because It's 62 pounds, but you know, if you want the range and the battery power, 2,700 watt hour and the range of it, you're gonna have to get larger batteries, which in turn means heavier wheels. So it's kind of a compromise.
Awesome. Well, thank you for telling us about the wheels. And do you mind if I test it?
Nope, go for it.
Awesome. First thing I notice about the wheels is they feel like you're a lot closer to the ground. So you just immediately feel that balance. Like I can literally bend my feet like in any direction. Can like turn in circles. And see how fast the acceleration works. Oh my god, this is way better than my King Song, to be honest. Well, I do have a discontinued King Song, which is like the King Song 18S. Right now, I know they discontinued that King Song, and they made the S18, and now they have the S20. So mine is probably like a test version or whatever it was. But this is really good. Picks up fast. I don't have to bend my toes to get acceleration. Although I did feel a little wobble right now, and I didn't even go that fast. I already felt the wobble a little bit. See that? Wobble again right now. So that is something to watch out for, guys. You gotta watch out for the wobbles, because this one seems like something that you do want to be careful on. Let's see how it handles off-road. Ooh, takes it like a champ. Alright guys, see you when you see me. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop some comments, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Peace out.